What are you finding here, Eric?
You know what? On just kind of looking up here again, the latest from the U.S. Oh, here we go. Finally, they have information that just came in.
Fantastic.
This is from the U.S. Geological Survey. A 3.8 magnitude earthquake, 2 kilometers, so about 1.5 mile east northeast of West Seneca, New York. So they just posted that when I just hit refresh right now.
Okay.
So Canada saying 4.2.
Okay.
U.S. saying 3.8
okay.
magnitude with a depth of about 3 kilometers. So again, that's about 2 miles. So right near West Seneca, as 2 kilometers east northeast of West Seneca, New York. The interactive map. It says, did you feel it? So we're looking that up right now. They just posted it when I hit the refresh button.
Okay,
right
so
there.
You're learning this information as we are
I'm
right
reading
now.
it as you're seeing it.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have 4.2 from Canada, 3.8 rather measured in the U.S. with the center there right near West Seneca.
Okay, so we have another caller.
I showed you before how we got earthquakes all around us. We live in kind of an active area, but they're so small you don't feel them. Magnitude usually 1.0 to 2.1. You don't feel those. So I felt this one. It wasn't anything major for us. I wasn't even sure what it was. It was so subtle. It only lasted about 3 seconds, but it was so subtle. If I was moving, I wouldn't have felt it. But I was laying really still, doing something on the computer, watching something, I can't remember. And I wasn't sure. I felt it. I wasn't sure what it was. At first I thought maybe it was just a muscle spasm. It was that subtle, right? And I noticed my computer monitor was rocking a little bit. So, okay, I didn't imagine it. So I checked my old earthquake map or app, and it's not working anymore. Like I said before, I stopped getting notifications for it, and now it's just premium only. It doesn't even work. It's useless to me. So I had to go looking for another one, and oh, there it is. 3.8 in Buffalo. 4.1 depending on which one you look at. But they're usually bigger at first until they update and say, oh, it wasn't quite that bad. So I don't know why it changes like that. So the 4.1 was probably before they looked into it. But either way, I felt it. That's the first one I felt since like mid-90s. I think I've told the story before. I had a coffee table. It had kind of a cabinet on both ends and then an open area in the middle, and it's kind of a base platform across the whole thing. And my cat used to sleep in that open spot in the middle. And where I lived was kind of on a main road, and the sewers had sunken. When the buses go by, they make quite a thump when they go over those sunken sewers. And at first I thought that's what it was, except it wasn't a vertical vibration, it was horizontal. I actually felt the couch move like this. And I heard a loud crack, and I was about to run for the door and it stopped. Cat slept through it and never even woke up. That's the last one, and probably the biggest one I've felt. It lasted a few seconds. And it was weird. Just the side, but it wasn't like a vibration like this. It was like motion side to side. You could actually feel it going back and forth. It was really, really weird. But anyways, so it's below freezing right now, but it's supposed to be 8 degrees today. Plus 8. Above freezing. Yay. So our cold snap is gone now, thankfully. Yeah, we got some nice temperatures coming up. I do have a forecast here, but it's been updated. So it's supposed to be 6 degrees today. And this was as of yesterday, but as of this morning, it's updated. So we got 6, 4, and 6, and that other 6 is supposed to be a 7, or is now a 7. And then 2, -4, 0, 2, 5, and 6, and 8, 0, -4, -1, and 1. So it's nicer. Had some fairly nice days in there, so I'm kind of happy about that. So, finally found my 16 gigabyte memory card. I was going absolutely nuts. Right? Where did I put that thing? I couldn't find it anywhere. I went back to the video where I discovered my Fuji was toast, the batteries had exploded in it. I looked at it, and to see if I put the card anywhere specific, I put it back in the camera, and I said I gotta remember to take that out later. The only place I would have taken that out is in my room, sitting on my bed, which means it should be on the dresser right here, where all the other useless memory cards are that I don't use, that I don't trust, stuff that came with the camera. And the only other place would be in my card wallet. It doesn't exist anywhere. I looked all over. There's nowhere else I would have put it. So I went to bed that night, and I'm trying to think, do I have anything else that uses that card? So aside from my new camera here and my Fuji, the only other camera is my old camcorder, and it's not in there. It's got an 8 gigabyte card in there, so I have no idea. And just before I fell asleep, it hit me. My negative scanner. I can't, like, it plugs into the computer for power, but I can't load the pictures directly into the computer. I have to load them onto a memory card and then take them off the card and put them in the computer. So I got thinking, I wonder if it's in there. There it is. 16 gigabytes. I don't even remember using that scanner recently. Oh no, but that's where it was. So I finally found it, and I'm happy with that. But I've got a 128 gigabyte card on the way anyway. It should be here by Friday. Today is Tuesday. Reading through the manual, I wanted to see about the focus on this thing. Apparently when it's in autofocus I can set the focus, but the problem is I gotta lean forward to do that, and it's gonna focus on me too close anyways. And this is the reason that I don't like Sony's. They do the same thing. At least any Sony I've used has done that. It won't keep the focus, and this is doing the same thing. It kind of ticks me off. Not enough for me to send it back, but it kind of ticks me off. So I'm zoomed in a little closer on my face, hoping that it stays focused on me and not in the background. I think the last time I used this, that's where the focus kept shifting to the background. And I can't really see. The viewing screen on this camera is a lot bigger, but I still can't. I look like it, like my hat here looks like it's perfectly focused, but I can't tell. Because the last video I did, it looked like I was focused, but I wasn't. Once I actually saw the camera, the video in the computer, it was focused on the background, like Zach's hubcaps back here. And I kept focusing on them. So, hopefully. And I thought maybe it's a light issue, so I turned the other light on here, and it didn't make any difference. It just showed me in the screen obvious that I wasn't focused. That's all that the light did. Because my Fuji was like that. It didn't like to focus if it was low light. As soon as I turn a light on, it just instant focus. So I don't know. So hopefully this will help zooming in a little better. So with the nice weather coming, hopefully I can get rid of this. Get rid of my winter insulation, because it's really getting to be a pain. Especially if it gets wet and it drips all over the place and catches stuff that when I'm eating, and it's just really annoying. Itchy. I want to get rid of it, but can't do that until the weather warms up. Looks like it's getting there. So I'm not sure if the microphone was working or not. on anyway. It looks like it's recording. I hope so. So, I found another way that YouTube is messing with me. Two actually. I have a couple people that tend to say things in the comment that goes against what YouTube's allowing. And a lot of times those comments don't even get through. I don't get notice of them. They don't show up. They used to just go straight into the spam folder, but now they just don't even show up. So somebody asked this morning, I had a comment, and he asked about it, and he says it says there's 2 comments, but there's only one. I only see one. There's nothing in the spam folder, so they're not even showing those comments anymore. So there's that. And the other day I was searching for something. I don't have a clue what it was now, but in the suggested videos was one of my own videos, and it was recent. It just came out that morning. Not recent at that time, and that's the Reviving the Monster Part 71, finishing painting the monster. So I got looking at it, and it says no views. So it was published 10 hours before that, and I know it's been seen because I've already received a comment on it. So it says no views. So I go to that video, and I have 21 views. Now the reason that's important is if you're going through a listing and when they have a bunch of videos suggested, if you see a video with no views, you're gonna think that video is crap. No one's watching it. Well, I'm not gonna watch it. If it's got a crap load of views, well, it must be good. So then you want to watch it. That's why that's important. It's showing I don't have any views on my video. That's going to deter people from clicking on it. That's another way that they mess with people. But like I said, I don't care. I'm just pointing it out for people that don't know. I don't care. I'm done with YouTube. I don't give a crap what they do anymore. They're killing themselves, so it's not worth it. I feel bad for anybody who's just starting out on YouTube. Like there's people who live off of YouTube. The income, that's where their income comes from. That's their main income. You can't do that anymore. You're just starting out. If you say one little thing, you're done. It's just stupid. But like I said, they're just killing themselves. Screw them. I'm done with them. I don't even care anymore. But I want to point that out for people that don't know. If something's happening, you don't understand. Well, why are they doing this? Why does it say this, right? And you gain more and more subscribers every day, but your count keeps going down. People get unsubscribed by YouTube. It's just crazy. But anyways, I don't want to talk a lot about that. Just want to point it out. I found another way that they're messing with me. So we have, I'm not sure if it's freezing rain. We're supposed to get rain today, and snow. Over the next couple weeks, it's gonna be rain, snow, rain, snow, rain, snow. So I had to do something with the snow out here before it's frozen solid. So I actually put a lot of work. Okay, I guess on my microphone it's got the channel, the channel number, because you can use multiple microphones with this camera, or with with this particular wireless microphone setup. You can have different channels, so you can use multiple of these microphones, and you can set the channel. I think there's like 12 or 24 different channels, so you can use that many microphones. Like if you're in a business setting or something, all of those microphones are set up, and you can choose the channel. So it shows it, and then I looked at it, and all I'm seeing is a blue light, and the channel's not lit up. So that's why I thought maybe my microphone wasn't working. So I pushed the power button, and the channel number came back up, and it's gone again. So I guess that's just, it just goes away after a little while, save power or something. So I'm hoping it's still working. So one thing I did notice, I talked about this before with using my wireless microphone. That I said I can get up and walk around, and as I walk around, I said my voice isn't going to change. I'm going to sound the same no matter where I am. Well, as you can hear, that's not true. And I realized that when I watched that video, and the reason for that is because when I'm sitting here, I got this big open space in these shelves here. The acoustics in this particular spot is really crappy. So my voice actually sounds different as I'm sitting here than it does where I'm anywhere else. So I never even realized that. Because I know before when I was using the microphone with my old camera, when it actually worked, that I had a lot of bass, like serious bass in my voice, which I don't normally have. So I had to actually adjust for that because it sounded really crappy in the video, so I had to reduce the bass on it. So apparently it's not actually the microphone, it's this particular spot here. Because like I say, when I get up and walk around, that bass goes away. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you what I did outside. It's really windy today. Like I say, I looked at the radar before I come out, and there's freezing rain that's out there, but the part that's coming at us is purple, and I think that's ice pellets. I don't think that's actually freezing rain. I think that's ice pellets. But it looks like it'll be short-lived anyways. But we did get a notice of rain in the next 24 hours. Got that last night or early this morning or something. I don't know. I think it was last night. But, okay, so the garbage truck's coming now. It's going to interrupt me, but so first thing I did, more garbage here. I hate when Zach does this. Okay, I'm going to wait till the truck goes by. It's going to be really loud. And I think I felt raindrops on my back there. I don't know, maybe I got time. So I cleaned up behind Zach's car, and I just kind of piled it up against the garage here. And then I made a place for the garbage and the recycling, which is about to go away. Yeah, I just kind of started cutting down the snowbank here. Focus, it would be nice. Okay, it is on autofocus, and the focus button actually works on autofocus. Cool. So I cut down. Just kind of pushed the snowbank back a bit, and then cleared this part out, so that we actually have a place for both cars now. So yeah, 2-car parking again. And I just kind of blew it into the backyard here. So that's all. And what I want to do today, I want to get rid of this snowbank. Just push it back, maybe at least half of it anyways. Just to allow for that, you know, second car, make it a little more. That's what I want to do today. So that's kind of cool. That the autofocus actually works. Or the manual focus button actually works with the autofocus. That's kind of cool. So I'm feeling rain. That's not freezing rain. That's not ice pellets. That's actually rain. So I'm gonna head out and go grab me a coffee before that gets here, and then I'm gonna start chipping away at that snowbank, and I guess. See how much I can take care of. Let's watch the garbage truck. Hey, I'm back home now. I had no idea it was supposed to be windy today. Got my coffee. I look like I'm not focused. Better? can't really tell. So apparently, when I said, let's watch the garbage truck, I pressed the focus button a little too hard and stopped the recording. Oops. So I went for a bit of a drive. Stopped down at the boat launch, take a break. And it started raining. So I covered up my DV power camera. Kept the H9R running, but... And by the time I was ready to leave, the rain had stopped. So I uncovered the camera. You can hear that. I don't know if the microphone has any kind of noise cancellation, but it started raining when I started coming back home. And, well, if you look at Zach's car, you can see ice pellets sliding down the side. So apparently when I was out, it wasn't ice pellets, it was actually freezing rain. The monster's got ice on it now from that, just from the drive home from there. But it wasn't anything heavy, it wasn't anything too crazy or anything. Fix the exposure here. So then I get back, I started working on the snowbank here. I don't know. No, you can't really see it. I don't want to take this camera out in the rain. So, I got back, I started working on this, and Zach came home, and talked to him for a bit, so I decided to take a break, and make this recording, and I started hearing the noise on the roof. Like, oh, now it's ice pellets. So one thing I forgot to talk about, remember my experience with holy crap, Purelator. Well, apparently I'm getting another package from Purelator. It's my state focus. I don't want to push too hard and stop the recording. I can't even tell. I can't tell if I'm focused or not. It looks like I am, I can't tell. But my drink mix, which I showed you that Amazon said, you know, usually ships within 1 to 2 months. Well, apparently it's coming by Purelator. They've never sent it Purelator before. It's always come through the post office. So it was supposed to show up yesterday, and it said arriving today by 8 p.m. So I thought, we don't use the front door in the winter time, so we get this big snowbank out front, and there's no sidewalk on this side in the wintertime. They don't clear this side off. They only clear the sidewalk on the other side of the road. So we don't bother with that snowbank, because that's a lot of work, digging through that. So I'm thinking, okay, they're probably not going to want to deliver it. So I'm hoping they don't just, toss it on the curb again like they did the last time. Well, I waited, and after 8 o'clock, Amazon's listing on my orders page, it says arriving today by 8 p.m. After 8 p.m. it changed to, it's blue or green. Green, I think it is. It changed to black. So I checked, and it how was it worded? We're sorry your package is late. Contact Amazon for next steps or something like that. But I waited till 10 o'clock. I kept looking outside. There's no package. There's no footsteps coming up to the door or anything. And the notification hadn't changed any. It still said the same thing. Arriving today. And then, we're sorry your package hasn't arrived. So I waited till 10 o'clock. Gave up. So again, today it's out for delivery in green. saying the same thing, arriving by 8 p.m. The only problem is today it's going to be raining. So if they don't knock on the door and let us know it's here, it's going to be sitting out in the rain until I look out and see it, or until Ken, puts the dog out and sees it sitting out there. I don't know. Okay, this lack of focus is really ticking me off. So, and I can't, I can't sit downstairs at the door watching for them and waiting, right? Because normally, they used to just, if they can't deliver the front door, they'd come around back and leave it at the back door. They've done that several times. They've done that with my packages. They've done that with Michelle's. Why they're not doing that now, I don't know. But new drivers, lazy drivers, I don't know. But it's really annoying. I kind of forgot to mention that the first time I was talking here. So Monster's late, nice and fast today. It really doesn't like it when it's super cold. It dies a lot slower. And as far as that knocking noise was in the back, I'm not hearing that now. I kind of suspect there may have been ice buildup and the ice was just kind of hitting something. I'm hoping that's all it was. I don't want any more problems. So, anyways, that's all I got for now, I think. Driving downtown, there's like recycling all over the place. And now that the bins are empty, they're blowing all over the road. Kind of why I brought up the wind. Like I say, I had no idea it was supposed to be windy today. But it's kind of blowing a lot of garbage around out there right now. Alright, I'm done with my break. I go back to getting rid of as much of the snowbank as I can today. I've done about all I can do. I got some of this little mountain taken away. My goal for today was to do some of this snowbank. I just got a straight line up into the other bank there. Just to leave room for the cars to get in and out. And once this is gone, it will be completely finished. But this took so much out of me because I had to do it one shovel at a time. Chopped up the snowbank, grabbed a shovelful, carried it back here, and tossed it into the backyard. Oh my goodness. Almost done. As we start getting pelted by rain, ice pellets again. Oh. Let me try to do this where I'm not blocking the microphone here. I have a tendency of doing that when I'm holding the camera. So, those of you who've been around a while, you know it takes me several days to clean this stuff up. It just takes so much out of me. And if we get more before I'm finished, that's where the frustration starts, because I never actually get a chance to complete it. I have to start over again, and by the time I get to where I left off, that's frozen and it's really difficult. The longer it sits there, the harder it is. That's kind of what I'm facing today, but I kind of knew that anyways, because the snowbank's been sitting there a while, the salt's been in it, melted it, and refrozen. And the weather's kind of melted and refrozen. And we had some pretty cold temperatures, which kind of turned it into rock. So I got the chopper. It chopped off chunks at a time, and then grabbed it with the shovel and carried it out back. Took lots of breaks. At least I got this snowbank done. That was my goal today. That would had to be done. So that's finished. Now all I have left is this little mountain out here, but that's no big deal. I can take care of that tomorrow, I hope, even if it gets rained on, which seems to be likely. Oh my goodness. So I am beat. I really had nothing left. I just chopped a little bit around the mountain there and took it out back, and the very last scoop that I took was the last one I could have taken. That was probably the hardest one of the whole day. The last one. So I'm done. So I gotta pack up. No, I didn't buy anything today, I just got my coffee. Because I was out before the stores were open, so I didn't do any shopping today. I'm kind of thinking, maybe I should. Because all the different flavors of Party Mix and Temptations that I get, I haven't been able to get the orange bag. I'm not sure what flavor they are. And I've been out of them for a while. I know I've already talked about this, but just for clarity, I'll repeat it. When he gets his treats, I alternate between Temptations and Party Mix. Once a bag of Temptations is empty, I switch to next in line Party Mix. Once the Party Mix is empty, I switch to the next one in line of the Temptations. And I have them all lined up on my shelf. As I take one out, I replace the one that I open. That same one I put at the back of the line. I just move everything forward. Now he's always getting something different and keeps things normal. Well, when I couldn't get the orange Temptation, I usually have a couple extra on hand of each flavor. I didn't have any orange, I don't know why, I guess I forgot. So I didn't have any empty, or any new ones to put in line, so I just threw the empty package in there just so I'd know. And it's like halfway through the line now. I was finally able to get some yesterday. I only grabbed a couple packs, I should have grabbed 3. Put one in line, have the 2 extra, and I just kind of forgot. So I'm gonna go back today and grab a couple more. I do the same thing with this canned food too. I got a bunch of different flavors, and I don't really have a set pattern with those. I just separate them so he doesn't get the same one twice in a row. And those are daily. He gets 1 can per day. They're small cans. And I give it to him when I go to bed, or roughly 2 o'clock in the morning, whichever I'm getting up. Which was the case today. I got up at 1 a.m. so he got it when I got up. And he'll drink all the juices out of it right away, and then he'll work on the rest of it throughout the night, throughout the day, whatever. And next night he gets another one. So I just randomize them, just so he doesn't get the same one twice. But the bags of treats, Party Mix and the Temptations, one of those bags lasts several days, so I won't go through them quite as quick. They're like junk food to cats anyway, so you can't give them too many. I guess that's it. I can't think of anything else. So I think I might make one more trip. Hopefully I don't get everything done. There's pretty good periods in between downbursts, so I just don't have to cover up my camera again. So I guess that's it. I'm confused. When I cleaned off the polarizer filter, it turns out it wasn't the outside that was dirty. It's an open frame, as you can see. Hopefully you can see. You can actually see the camera right here. That's the camera itself. It's not a window or anything. It's open on the sides. It's open at the top. It's open on that side, and it's open at the back. That's where you put the camera in. But when the camera's not in there, that's like wide open. So all the work I did on the Monster this summer, all that dust that was blowing around, collected on the inside of the filter. That's where all that crap was coming from. It wasn't the outside at all. But when I put the UV filter on that came with the camera, I've never used it. It's brand new. So it's clean, and it looked just as bad as as it did before I took this off to clean it. So I thought, okay, it's not the filter, it's definitely the camera. And then when I clean this and put it on, it's beautiful. Beautiful video now. So obviously it doesn't like that UV filter or neutral density filter, whatever they call it. This filters that really don't really have a purpose. They're lens protectors basically. But a lot of times when you buy a camera, you get them by default, right? I don't know if they have a specific purpose. I've never really seen anything that they do. I don't know. But some of them are supposed to get rid of haze. But, you know, polarizer filter does a good job of that. So, I don't know. But it works good now. It's got water drops on it. I'll have to remember to clean that before I go out, if I go out. I'm pretty sure I'm going to. I'll go for a drive just to take a break from this. Oh, I really need to recover now. Oh, I hope it's not. When I go out in the daytime like this, there's usually a lot of people in the grocery store. I hope I don't have to wait in line. Just standing on my feet. Maybe I'll grab a cart so I have something to lean on. So when I go out in the late afternoon, it's usually not that bad. But when I notice when I go out in the mornings like this, there's usually quite a few people in there. So, anyway, this video is getting kind of long, so I will cut it short here. So thanks for watching. Me suffer. And hopefully we don't get too much snow added onto this in the next few days.